So you're thinking about making a move to Arizona, and maybe you have Scottsdale on your mind as a potential place for your next home. We get a lot of calls from people who are looking to make the move to Scottsdale, and one of the most common questions we get is, where can we find a neighborhood that has the best views? And I'm not talking about ordinary views, I'm talking about the resort style views that you dream about, that you can have in your backyard when you're thinking about making a move to Arizona. Well, the good news is that there are a lot of neighborhoods that could potentially offer those views that you're looking for. Bad news is, with inventory being so low recently, they're very challenging to find, and when you do have them pop up, there's a very high demand and they tend to go at a premium price. But what if I told you there was a community just outside of Scottsdale that has brand new homes and offers the amazing views that you're looking for at a cost that is significantly less than most of the neighborhoods in Scottsdale? And a lot of people either overlook it or don't even have it on their radar. Well, today we're gonna tour that community, and I'm gonna give you all the reasons why you might wanna consider it, or potentially maybe a couple reasons why you might want to avoid it. So if you think that might be helpful to you, then stay tuned. All right, so today we are going to take a tour of Trilogy at Verde River. And if you're not familiar with Trilogy, Trilogy is the active adult side of Shea Homes that has been putting out these type of communities here in Arizona for several years now. They've got about 5 communities here in Arizona, and it's been so popular they've expanded into 6 other states. They have several communities throughout a lot of different states. And as we kind of walk through, I think a lot of people will realize why they've been so popular and why they've grown as much as they have. And this is actually a fun video for me to do because I've actually been coming up here since about 2015. My wife got a position within Trilogy to work on the land development side, and so we came up here when, you know, everything around me was nothing. It was just dirt. They were developing the golf course. They were trying to figure out, you know, where to put the clubhouse, where everything was going to go. And since then, I mean, we've come up here so many times. We've come up to play a couple rounds of golf. We've come up for several Christmas parties at the clubhouse. It's just such a beautiful spot to come hang out, enjoy the views, check out the sunset and that type of thing. So let's just go explore the community a little bit, and I'll tell you all the things I think you need to know. About location first. I mentioned that we're just outside of Scottsdale. So if you bring up a Trilogy at Verde River on a map, you're going to see that we are about 20 minutes east of Scottsdale Road off of Dynamite. So if you're driving up in North Scottsdale, you take a right on Dynamite to head east, and then you're going to go into some areas of Scottsdale and then end up in the area of Rio Verde. And that's where you're gonna locate where we're at here at Trilogy at Verde River. So not too far off from where you're at in Scottsdale. It's a little bit secluded out here, but again, you're about 20-minute drive to go into Scottsdale Road, and then you're probably another 10 minutes to get down to the 101. So there are certain people that it might be a little bit further out than you're looking for, but it also isn't as bad as a lot of people think. And once you make the drive out here, there might be some benefits that come with that drive. So let's talk about reasons why you might want to live here, and we'll also give you a couple reasons why maybe you wouldn't want to live here. So number one on the list, and this is why I made this video, is the views. And we'll kind of peek behind me here a little bit. You kind of get just a little bit of a glimpse of what's going on, and I'll bring this up here. We've got Four Peaks right in the background there. Four Peaks kind of stands out so well when you come up to this community. Even when you're just driving down Dynamite, it just stands out, and all the mountain views behind you here. We obviously have golf course views. There's lakefront views within the community. This community has views all around. So if you're looking for an area that has the views that you desire, where you can go out back and just have expansive views, this is the neighborhood for you. It also has an insane amount of amenities. So we'll take a tour of the clubhouse. The clubhouse is kind of directly behind me over here. I'm over here in the area kind of near all the sport courts. So we've got tennis courts, we've got pickleball, We've got bocce, you know, any kind of the fun things that you would want just kind of out here in the sport court area they have. And then the clubhouse is loaded with a lot of amenities as well. So if you're looking for views and amenities, it's great. And then I think lastly, you know, if you want to be close to Scottsdale and just have easy access, but maybe not pay some of the premiums of Scottsdale pricing, this could be a community for you. So on the other side of that coin, let's talk about reasons why it might not be a good fit for you. And I think there's several good reasons. Number one, location. It might be too far out for what you're looking for. So if you need to be a little bit closer into Scottsdale and this is a little bit too secluded for you, maybe this community might not be a good fit for you. Number two, if you have kids, this is more of an active adult community. A lot of second homes, a lot of retired people out here, people coming up to play golf, that type of thing. So maybe not as easy for kids and like a family friendly, you know, schools, that type of environment. Maybe that's not the reason, or this community might not be the best fit for you. And then, you know, kind of a random thing, but you know, my clients who recently came up here, when you come around, it's kind of funny because some people, when you start talking to a lot of the people that live here, they almost like it a little bit too much. It almost feels like a little bit of like a cult environment, like people are just so happy to be here all the time. So it's kind of a funny thing, and we kind of joke around a little bit with it when it comes to that. But you'll notice that like it almost feels like a recruiting effort to bring people up here when people are up here living here. Now there is one more reason why some people might not want to be up here or might avoid it, and I want you guys to comment down below what you think that is. It's a popular subject, everybody likes to talk about it. We're going to circle back to that a little bit later in this video, discuss it a little bit more, but let me hear below in the comments why you think you also might want to avoid this. All right, so now that we've covered the fees, let's kind of give you a little bit of inside look on what the clubhouse looks like and everything that it has to offer as well. So as I walk just outside the restaurant here, we're gonna take a quick look at the driving range just to kind of give you an overall sense of the views. Again, can't get enough of the views. We've got the pool area over here. And then as you can see from some of the walkthrough footage, just so many things within the clubhouse just blow me away every time I'm here. So again, we've spent so many times, we've come out for Christmas parties. The views are amazing right now, but once you come out here, especially during sunsets and that type of thing, it'll just blow you away. All right, so let's get out of the sun real quick, and I'm gonna drive around, and I want to kind of talk to you guys about what to expect, because when we talk about views, you know, there's a lot of different things that people are looking for. So I think the neighborhood has it covered here. If you're looking for golf course views, you're gonna have that here. If you're looking to stay away from the golf course, but you want like a natural preserve, they've got that as well. Mountain views, you've got that surrounding you, and then there are a few little areas where you're gonna have some lakefront views and that type of thing as well. So anything that you could be looking for from a view perspective, they're gonna have it here. And again, we're talking about the expansive views that you're looking for. Number two, let's talk about the type of housing you're gonna see, because they've got a pretty wide range. Being a active adult community, there's going to be a lot of targeting towards, you know, some people that are looking for maybe a smaller vacation type home that starts around 1,300 square foot, 2-bedroom, you know, that type of thing. That's going to probably start you somewhere in the, you know, 600 to 700K range, and then it's going to go all the way up into, you know, some of the bigger floor plans where you can find 4,000 square foot, that type of thing. So a lot of things to choose from depending on what you're looking for. Obviously, Shea builds a lot of the homes up here, so a lot of the homes are going to be built by Shea. And then Toll Brothers has an area up here as well that has some of the larger lots, some of the larger floor plans, that type of thing. Now, when it comes to pricing, I want to bring that up because we talked about that in the beginning of the video. You can really find, you know, if you're doing an apples to apples comparison and looking at a brand new build or something that's been built within the past couple years with the type of views that this area has to offer, and you were to compare what's up here at Verde River versus going 20 minutes west into Scottsdale, I think there's, you know, a significant change in pricing, and you'd probably see, you know, it depends on the house and a lot of different details, but I would say several $100,000 potentially savings when you purchase over here in Rio Verde versus in Scottsdale, to be a little bit closer to things. So it's a major factor to consider, and not as many communities over there can offer you all the amenities and views combined. Now, it is important to note that within this community, you will have an HOA and you will have dues involved with that you will pay on a quarterly basis. You will also have some capital improvement fees as well. So we're gonna go ahead and post those up on screen so you can review those and make sure it makes sense for you. A couple other things to note as I'm driving through that it might be helpful for you guys. From a style perspective, most of the homes within this community are going to be single family detached, but they do have a collection of Gemini/twin homes. Those are homes that share one wall in between, that type of thing. I'll show you a couple examples of those. That might give you a little bit better price point at the entry level type of thing, and the finish levels are just as nice as anything you're going to see within the community. So that might be of interest to you, number one. Number two, there are a few resales in the community that might offer some ability to get in sooner rather than later. You can come in and go through the new build side, pick out a plan you want, go through the process on building brand new. But if you're looking to get in sooner rather than later, there are some resales that could be a good fit for you as well. So now let's go ahead and rewind it back to what we talked about in the beginning, and that is that one potential negative that might come up when you're thinking about making the move here to Rio Verde and Trilogy Verde River. And if you didn't guess it already, it's because of all of the news regarding the water shortage, not only here in Arizona, but specifically up in Rio Verde. I think it would take probably a 30-minute to 60-minute video to really cover all the ins and outs of what's going on and give you a full scenario on what's going on regarding the water situation up here in Rio Verde and in Arizona and all of that stuff. I think it's important for you guys to know about that and to make a informed decision before you come up here. But this community is a little bit different from what's going on as far as what's going on here in the Rio Verde foothills. You do have a company that manages the water. It's on a sewer system, so it's serviced by EPCOR. This is not a well situation. This is not a hauled water situation, that type of thing. And obviously, if you look around, you see the community is very well maintained and obviously has a good abundance of water supply. So I don't want you to overlook it. I do want you to do your research on it, and we can provide that to you. I'm happy to go walk through all of the resources that I've looked at and that my clients have looked at prior to making a decision to buy up here. But I want to hear your feedback, because I'm sure we're going to hear it either way. Every time I come out here, it makes me want to move out here. So I've got two little girls, so I'm not sure if it makes sense for me just yet. But I mean, I gotta say, it's got to be on my list of potential future things when it comes to places to live for me. And it's funny to me because we're here at the end of June. It's getting warm out here, but it's so quiet. I know there's a lot of people that are out here for second homes, vacation homes, that type of thing. We are seeing some people out playing golf today, so the golf course has some activity, that type of thing, but you're not going to be in a situation where it's extremely busy or it's just like jam-packed. I mean, the parking lot feels packed, but when you come in here, it just doesn't feel like there's a lot going on. So it's very nice and peaceful, and I just love coming up and hanging out. So if you guys have questions about this community, want to know a little bit more, you're exploring the idea of moving to Scottsdale, make sure to reach out to us. Again, we're here to help you and guide you when it comes to the best places and neighborhoods to live here. We absolutely love it. So if you're thinking about making that move and you need any assistance whatsoever, give us a call, send us a text, Shoot us an email, however you want to get a hold of us. We got your back, and until the next video, we'll catch you later.